Oh god, alright. Cool. Guys, so the professional hall. In here, before you select anybody, whoops, it will not be on this page. It'll be on the other page that y'all see now when you get to actually pick your person. So we're going to start with the engineer. I go to view profession. These are all of his abilities and skills broken down into each set of levels. The ones on the right on this side are pretty much all the same between both professions that are currently available now. So we're just going to start at the bottom of the list, go through each and every one of these until we hit level 50. For this season, we can only get to level 40 abilities, so whatever it is that 40 is the last one to be able to get to. So, starting at the bottom. And this is, again, for the engineer. So his first one is the rapid production, used to immediately gain 4 hours of production from any of your resources inside your base. So it's pretty much an instant resource production for 4 hours. When this is capped, I believe it gives you a 24-hour production, and oh, it's all three of them. So it is food, iron, and coin. But right now, at level 1, it is only 4 hours. Once this is maxed at level 5, I'm pretty sure this changes to 24 hours with a 23-hour cooldown, so you can use that once a day. Outstanding contribution. Donating tech helps increase the number of alliance points earned. So every time you donate to the alliance donation tech tree, it increases the amount you put into it by 100%. It's actually not bad. Extra meal. The effect of daily freebies for stamina have been improved. So typically that is 40% or 40 stamina twice a day every 4 hours, or with a 4-hour cooldown. So this will give you a 50% bonus to that, and it can only level up one time. So it is just a 50% bonus, which I believe would be like an extra 20 stamina, giving you 60 altogether, if my math is properly done. Unit durability damage increased by 100. So this is when attacking an enemy headquarters, you will deal an additional 100 damage to their wall. Okay, this has 5 levels, so you can get an additional 500 wall damage every time you breach an enemy wall and set them on fire. Build for free increases free speed up time for construction. So whenever you start a new construction time, depending on your builder hut level, if I click on this, it will give you a free speed up time. Mine is at 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 36 seconds. So if we go back into here, that will add an extra 48 seconds onto it. That goes up 5 levels. Okay, research speed up time for free as well. Same thing as the builder one, but it's for your research tech. Another 48 seconds. Level 15. Build now, used to immediately reduce all construction queue times. So that is, if you own 2 construction queues, 3 construction queues, or 4, everything that is currently producing a building upgrade will instantly take off 120 minutes of that build time, and you can do this once every 2 days. That has 5 levels on it, so you can actually get a pretty good buff on that as well. Same thing. The research one actually has a much higher time on it for the immediate reduction. So you have 2 research centers, make sure they're both doing something when you use this, and that is pretty much once every 2 days you can use that ability. Rally rush, joining or returning boosts. So this pretty much just increases your troop speed when you are joining or returning from any rally. That has 5 levels, so it is a 50% speed buff. Banner Siege. Set up a Banner Siege on an enemy tile. Increases the damage of allies whose bases are within the banner range by 100. So this will be... so it's 100 extra damage for 30 minutes, and you can do this once every 3 days. But you can get 5 people to do this with you, giving you a 500 damage bonus. And that only has 1 level, but you can stack it with other banners. Siege Inspiration increases the profession, which is the dude himself, so that's his experience. Oh, what was I on? Shit. Okay, here we go. 25. So whenever you attack a city with him and deal damage to the city wall, he gains additional experience for that. That's an additional 20% experience. And that has 3 levels, so you can max that out at 60. I'm assuming that it's all the same for each one. I'm not 100% sure, so don't kill me later. When reinforcing an ally base, the casualty rate of the drill grounds units decreases. This does not stack. So if there are 5 people that all have the same profession defending one player, it is only going to be the 5% reduction from the drill grounds when they break through the wall. So pretty much if there's, you're in there, you defend them, your units might die and you get kicked out. They lose the defense still. Their base gets hit and set on fire. They lose 5% less troops in the drill grounds compared to what they normally would do. And that actually has 5 levels on it, so I'm assuming you can get that up to 25%. This is a shared buff that you can actually put on other players that boosts the building speed by 10% for both you and the player you put it on. This lasts for 1 hour, and you can do this once a day. They do not stack, so you can't have 4 people put 1 buff on the same dude and give them, a 40-50% building speed increase. That has 2 levels. I'm pretty sure it's 20% at max, and there's also one for research. Again, 2 levels in that one, so that is another 20% speed on research, but it only lasts for 60 minutes. If you do it right, you can use this with somebody. If you guys both jump in the construction queue at the same time and you're back to back. Oh, Jesus, excuse me. This would be a really good addition to that. Level 30, resource saving, reduces the cost of food, iron, and coin for construction. So obviously this will just reduce your cost for upgrading any buildings. That has 5 levels, so it's probably going to be a 5% reduction at max. Recycling reduces the food and iron cost for research, so that is the same thing as the building one, but that has to do with all of your research stuff. This does not include Valor badges or any special items that you get from events that some of the researchers are going to need. This is only the basic resources of food, iron, and coin. Medical aid. Choose an ally to use, and for both your hospitals, capacity is increased by 10%. So it pretty much just gives you an additional 10% capacity to your hospital for 240 minutes, which I think is 3 or 4 hours, which actually is not bad at all. So that would be about the duration of a capital war. Friendly shield, so you can protect somebody for 1 hour, or you can put it on yourself. You can do this every 71.5 hours, and you cannot stack shields, increasing the duration of time. So you have to wait for somebody's shield to drop to be able to add it to them. You can get this up to 3 hours at max level. Oh, and this is the medical aid one has 5 levels as well. And I'm pretty sure in the previous screen before I logged in and picked the War Mongrel that was actually a 50% bonus at max. So that would be all we could get in Season 1. I will go over the entire list, though, for both of them, so you guys have a good idea of what you're actually picking between. This will increase his experience from constructing non-game season buildings. So during the season, there are going to be special buildings that are only available for that season. Yeah, this will give him additional experience for those buildings. For the assault battle, deal severe damage to enemy bases on... In battle, deal severe damage to enemies based on your troops lost. Not 100% sure on this one, because it doesn't really give you like a thing. But obviously it has to deal with troop losses, and it has 5 levels on it, so it can upgrade to 5%. So when your troops die, I'm guessing they kind of go kamikaze on them and like self-destruct and deal so much damage trying to kill people as well. This one's kind of cool. This is a landmine used to place landmines on land. Enemy troops attacking the land lose 10% of their troop units, and you can have up to 2 landmines every day, because it's 11 hours, so that's pretty much every day you can get 2 landmines, and you can have 2 landmines placed at a time. That's actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. I like that one a lot. And then this one increases the experience for your technology research. Most of these on the left, these are all pretty much the same. This all has to deal with the infection that will be starting at the beginning of the season in 14 days? 13 days and 13 hours. Alright, so we got 2 weeks until this actually starts. So that is all of the engineer abilities, and these are all the war leader abilities. Immediate return, so pretty much if you have a squad outside of your base, it does not matter, you can still teleport. Quick and easy on that one. 5 levels, you can do this up to 5 times a day at max level. This one is immediate troop training. This has 5 levels. I think it was 250 before I selected it. I'm just doing this based off of levels and what I remember seeing previously. And you can do this every day, pretty much every 23 hours. Hospital prep increases your hospital capacity by 2% per level. There are 5 levels, so that would be 10%. 10% hospital. Same thing with the drill grounds, 5 levels, so you just increase your amount of troops that can die and be re-healed, and the amount you can actually carry. Urgent care, you can use this to instantly heal 1,000 units that are not being treated. So pretty much once you start healing units, you cannot instantly heal them. They need to just be in the hospital, sitting there waiting to start the healing process. This can go all the way up. That can go all the way up to 5,000 troops, which is pretty nice because that is what would instantly start dying after my hospital was filled, is 5,000. This one increases the damage percent during your war fever by an additional 1%. That is what happens when you scout or attack a base that you are waiting for the cooldown before you can activate a shield again. That is war fever. So that's an additional 1% damage on that. That has 5 levels, so there's an additional 5% damage. Training speed. Pretty much just train your soldiers faster. That is a 5% buff at 5. That is a 25% training speed bonus at max. Winning pursuit. When you attack a burning building, the enemy casualty is increased by 1%, so there's an additional 5% death on buildings that are on fire for the enemy you are attacking. Increases your daily plunder limit, which is the amount of resources you can pull from an enemy base. Okay, so there's an additional 10%. Currently, my plunder limit, I think, is around 25 to 30 million. So getting an extra 50% would actually be really helpful for, you know, that continuous plunder of resources. March in the Badlands, so during Contaminated or Capital Conquest, it increases my marching speed by 50% because it's 25% per level. This one is speed reinforcements. There are 5, so if I ever go to reinforce somebody, that is a 50% marching speed to their headquarters. Unit morale boost. That is part of your actual troops. The higher your morale versus the enemy, so that's your troop morale here. Each troop has their own morale ranking. Obviously, T10s have 615. But the higher your morale, the more percent damage you're gonna do. The more percent damage you're gonna do to the enemy squad, soldiers, troops, heroes, whatever. The more damage you're gonna do to people. Is that one? No, that was that one. That was okay. That's the speed reinforcements. On to 30. The disguise. So pretty much if you are attacking somebody is attacking you, you're trying to be scouted or anything along those lines. Every 47.5 hours for 30 minutes, you can disguise yourself, pretty much removing all of your information from all of the battle reports and any scout that is sent to your base, so people are forced to attack you blindly. Team Strike, when participating or initiating a rally, you boost the damage for all squads in the rally. That is 5% damage bonus at max. This does not stack. As much as I'd love to be able to have 5 people stack that on top of each other to just wipe out a 150 Doomwalker without any problems, it's not going to let us do it. Reinforcing strength. So pretty much whenever you reinforce a ally, it will increase when reinforcing an ally, all defense team heroes attack defense, and so pretty much whoever's defending, it increases all of their heroes stat points by 1%. It does have 5 levels, so that is a 5% bonus to all stats. And this is the same thing when reinforcing. The attacking side unit's casualty rate will increase, so pretty much when you're defending somebody, they lose more troops than they normally would when they failed, or in general, like they just lose 5% more troops. Charge banner is actually really cool. Pretty much drop a banner on the map. It won't let me do it, but I can at least show you how it works. So you go to the map, you click the map, you got to find an open spot though, unfortunately. So you find your little square and you click your profession. Hey, we can stack up to 5 of these at 2% damage to cover whatever the radius is, and everybody's headquarters that is within that radius will gain that 2% damage bonus, stacked up to 5 times depending on how many flags are in the same area. I believe that does not have any additional levels to it. No, that is just a single level ability. The Decay Ray, that one's kind of cool. It reduces the level of 1,000 troops a day against an enemy base by 1. So if you're going up against a level 30 and they have T10s, you can remove 1,000 of their T10s, drop them to T9, make the fight a little bit more fair possibly, and give you an ability to actually, fight against them depending on how close your guys' power are and what heroes each of you are using. This really affects your morale bonus in battle more than anything else. This one, you have a 1% chance to capture an enemy hero. The captured hero cannot attack other commanders for a while. I really wish a while was not an actual wording here. I kind of want to know how long a while is. There are 5 levels, so you have a 5% chance to pretty much take somebody prisoner, and they cannot use that hero for a while. Fortified defenses boost damage for defending squads in a base, so pretty much any base that you are in and defending. You get a 2% damage buff at 5 levels, so you can get a 10% damage bonus. This one's kind of cool too, using Jesus, I'm reading too fast now. Used to build a building within your territory. Buildings. Battles occurring within the building aura, so it's the same thing as the flag, the banner charge. Okay, but you construct this on the map. They will deal additional damage on enemies. I don't know what that damage on enemies is because I can't click on it, but I'm sure once I unlock it and click on the building, it'll give me the actual building specs. There are 5 levels of this. It does not tell me what the cooldown rate is. So I'm assuming you have to construct the building and then deconstruct it later. But it does increase the damage on enemies. And then this one will boost the damage when attacking an enemy base, so you can deal an additional 10% when attacking a headquarter. Again, these are pretty much the same on both of these. Increases the profession XP when killing world mobs. XP for upgrading season buildings. Season buildings are pretty much anything to do with that current season. Wow, I really hope this wasn't 20 minutes long, but I guess there was a lot in here. This is your infection spread, and you can... Oh, so once you're infected, you can pretty much spread your infection to another player by attacking their headquarters. Whenever you are healing somebody, you will remove 1 additional infection. This is an exchange, so it's pretty much you use 2 resources, consuming 5,000, and you will gain 10,000, and you can do this every 47 hours. So pretty much if you have like a crap ton of coin and a crap ton of food and you need more iron, you pretty much just rotate those and craft them into iron. Or, whatever resource you need. This is the virus limit. That's the quantity of viruses you can have on your player at a time. This is your professional insight. It pretty much instantly gives them experience towards their level, up to a maximum of 20,000. But it is 2% for their current level. And then this is a virus control, so whenever you defeat a Doomwalker, there is a chance to get a summoning item, which will allow you to attack special enemies. That is the 2 that we have available to us. So it depends on your playstyle, on what you really want to do. I would love to see a combination of everything in the Alliance, just so we can actually stack, some of these wall damages would be really nice, especially if we have to take over buildings. Also being able to share that research speed buff and the construction speed buff with each other would be really helpful for all of us. The war leader, we get that rally point, so having those banners stacked on top of each other, or even covering an extreme large area for everybody in the Alliance to be able to use them, will be really important. again, this next season, it is going to be extremely important to pay attention to Alliance Chat, the Alliance announcements, and anything that we send to you in the mail. Okay, your little R5 thingy that pops up over here next to your mail. Yeah, that R5 mail, read that. If you haven't read them, you can go into your Alliance stuff right here. R5, mail. Okay, mail. These are things sent directly by somebody in leadership. Please make sure you read them. This is going to start really getting important for participation. So those that do not participate properly, sorry, but now's the time to get your crap together.